Hello, I'm Andrew Taylor and I'm one of the heads of curriculum at AQA. I'm going to talk you through the main one-off changes to non-examination assessment in summer 2022. This covers what used to be called coursework and is now usually known as NEA. First, I'll talk about the changes to the requirements, or what the students need to do to complete their work. Then I'll say a little about moderation and marking arrangements, and finally a little about contingency plans. Changes have been made to NEA to reflect the public health situation. So the principles behind changes are to reduce the need for close contact by, for instance, removing the need for group performance in some subjects. They are also to reduce the scale to make the work manageable in situations where learning has been disrupted. This may involve reducing the length or number of performances or tasks, or removing or reducing practical or fieldwork activities. Finally, they reduce the requirements to produce finished artifacts or prototypes that require specialist equipment and facilities that may be less accessible because of the pandemic. Here are a few examples. In GCSE PE, students are assessed in 2 rather than 3 activities, and there's no requirement for one of these to be a team sport, but it still can be if you prefer. In GCSE Food and Nutrition, only NEA Task 2 is required, and this was released early to give students more time to complete it. In A-Level Design and Technology, students won't be assessed on the skill of making, but they'll need to show their intentions of prototypes and demonstrate their understanding of the processes involved in making. In GCSE Geography, there's no fieldwork requirement and the written paper has been changed, so there are no direct questions about students' own fieldwork. It's worth emphasising that the aim of these changes hasn't been to narrow learning, but to respond realistically to circumstances that have made narrowing inevitable. So fieldwork remains an important aspect of geography and should be undertaken where possible, just as making remains a key part of design and technology, as it's essential for further study. You can find more details and links to the full information for individual subjects on our website. For advice on how to plan, organise or deliver NEA to students, we recommend speaking to an AQA NEA advisor. Our advisors are teachers and moderators who can answer your questions about NEA. Your exams officer will have been sent NEA advisor contact details for each subject at the beginning of the academic year. If you don't have your NEA advisor's details, just contact us and we'll find them for you. Across many subjects with NEA, the new requirements have led to a change in the number of marks and how they should be awarded. If you're marking students' work, it's vital to refer to the detailed information on the subject pages of our website. In many subjects, you can find NEA guides written specifically for 2022. As in every year, it's important to mark consistently against the correct criteria and at the same standard as you would in any other year. Your marking shouldn't be any more generous than normal. In addition to the written guidance, our teacher online standardisation material reflects 2022 requirements and provides some helpful marking advice. You can find this on Centre Services. A key part of the NEA process is the moderation of work by AQA. In some subjects, this would normally be carried out by a visit to school or college to review work or watch performances. We've worked with our regulators and other exam boards to consider where visits should go ahead this year. We took lots of things into account, including health and safety, consistency, logistics, and how practical it is to moderate remotely. In PE and art and design, we're proceeding as normal with visiting moderators, but we've asked schools to be prepared for remote submission of evidence if visits become impossible. We've told international PE centres that we'll be moderating them remotely. In A-level language speaking tests, we've retained the option of a visiting examiner alongside teacher-administered tests, whereas in drama, we took the decision, after consulting teachers, to have no visiting examiners this year. We hope that the changes we've put in place will allow NEA to be completed, marked and moderated fairly and robustly this year, so that the hard work of young people can be recognised as part of their final grade. However, we realise that there will be local issues that may make this particularly challenging, and we'll be as flexible as possible to ensure NEA can be done in a way that maintains the rigour of the overall exam. At AQA, we know how much teaching and learning has been disrupted by the COVID pandemic. And we also know that this summer will be the first time that most GCSE and A-level students will have taken any formal exams. So we're here to support you every step of the way, and you can get in touch with us anytime if you have any questions. There's a full summary of all the changes for every subject on our website, along with lots of other information and support to help you this summer and contact details for our subject teams.